Morning, Sean. Morning, Duke. Morning, Duke. Good morning, Sean. Yeah, and I just took FTNT just for a quick, just trying to do a quick intraday trade on this thing. It's holding up pretty well relative to the market. After market had a nice little move up here this morning. It's gotten pretty flat right now. Yeah, I'm not touching the indexes with this setup right here. IW1 bouncing. Again, I got FTNT, Fortinet. It's all right now. I've taken just Fortinet. Just looking for a small profit in this thing. AXSM that Ari called out this morning, still moving up here, just grinding higher. Up almost 25% today on AXM. A lot of that was in the gap up, of course, but a nice move in AXSM. Still flattening out a little bit here. Again, my just only trade right now so far is just long FTNT, long Fortinet. I did take Netflix earlier today, but just in and out just quickly. That was too expensive. The options are a couple $1,000 a contract. Just remember, we get Fortinet. I'm in Fortinet. Market's not giving us any help, and you have to be careful. You have to watch the market, see if it rolls over. then the longs are going to be in trouble. So you just have to be aware of that. Again, I just took a small position in Fortinet. I'm not planning on holding it overnight. Because it's a little extended from the 8 here.
What do you think? Is this too much?
No, it's nothing like a birthday cake. That's what you're asking. I assure you of that. Work is done. I hate work. La, la, la. I'm going to the gym, now going to work. I'm gonna come back after work to grab my food stuffs. I'm gonna come here after work to grab my food stuffs.
Food stuff?
My food, the one gym.
I'll probably have it for dinner, but
Well, the stuff that's already in the fridge, I'm saying.
you'll have to,
I probably won't be able to stay for dinner.
no, but I'm saying you'll have left.
My purse, like that's like the one thing that I really don't have here.
Zero.
Because there's a machine that is far away from other machines, because
What?
I might be puttering along. I think I will be puttering along at the gym.
Puttering along.
If you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Putt, putt.
we're buying and what we're keeping.
That would be a good thing. I don't trust any of these things anymore.
Roger, am I still in Fortinet? I am still Fortinet. I am. I'll let you know when I get out. Still in Fortinet. New all-time high here, and nice breakout in it on the daily chart. I'd say it's a little extended, and I'm just trading it off of the momentum. We'll just see if I can. I'm not going to try to squeeze out a lot of profit. You took Palantir, Roger? Yeah, Palantir is nice as well. Very similar setup to Fortinet. Trying to break through the all-time high on Palantir, 116.30 on Palantir. It's about $2 or about $1.70 away from the all-time high. Fortinet just chopping here right now. The market pretty much, the Q's gotten a little bit weaker. Again, it's still above the VWAP, moving sideways. The SPY went down to it's right at the VWAP right now. IWM actually gained a little bit of relative strength in the last 15-20 minutes, coming up toward the pivot point. Everything under control there?
The backpack machines, you know, the other one doesn't really hold as much, just something to think about. Yep, and I'm gonna go to the gym. Well, that's why I was, because I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'm gonna go home and get ready for work.
What time is your first one?
Just 2, it's at 2.
Oh, that's okay. Good.
So I just gotta, and I already have what I'm gonna wear picked out, so.
You're all set?
I'm all set. Well, I'm going to James Island Gym, that's what's working.
Ah,
Yes, it's close.
close by.
It's close by, but also traffic for the
Yeah.
other one is a lot. That's why
Oh,
it's
yeah.
close to work, but the thing is you can't just go right before work.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
She's better now. She feels better. Everything I say to her isn't overwhelming.
That's more. That's because I got my clothes picked out.
I thought you should say it's well not said.
It's everything. Now, if you listen to me and the things I say to you, you better do.
Oh,
She's stealing cereal.
that's what she did.
I bought that for her. I
I've been
bought
wanting to see
that
this place
for her.
forever.
We're gonna set up a security guard at the front door.
No, I stole protein bars because I have to keep them at work for emergencies.
Wait a minute. Did you finish your coffee?
Yes, I did.
Okay, because I was going to say I left this out so you could take it
Ooh,
with
it's
you.
got cool.
Oh, it's not.
It's not going to stay like
Careful,
that.
Elsa.
Sorry. All right,
All right.
thank you.
I love you. Be careful.
I'll probably,
See you
I'm
tonight.
gonna have to come back to grab my food tonight.
Anything Monday.
I told you those things. This is bipolar. Because I used it on this part, and it helped a lot. But I had to cut them up. But I wear a mask in the gym anyway.
See you later,
All
Al.
right, be careful.
I will.
Love you, sweetie.
The whirling dervish.
Anything you think of, just let me know.
I will.
Okay, bye, babe.
Bye, Allie.
I won't give you a hug because I'll be saying a whole lot to you.
Yes, you will. More than you want to.
More than you want.
It's making me nuts. Okay.
She's trying to make suggestions to you, but you can't take that input.
If she'd done it like last week,
Yeah, well, yeah.
that would have been great.
That doesn't do any good when you're leaving tomorrow.
When you're on Allison doesn't have other people's time. It's only Allison. My choices.
I'm just looking to take about 10% here in Fortinet if it moves up. I paid $360, I think. Yeah, I paid $360 for the 108 calls expiring this Friday. I got a sell order in at $4. $4. Q's trying to bounce here now. Coming off the 15. Take a look at Iconici candles on these. You get Iconici reversal on the Q's right here. This candle is creating it. Kind of a drift down here and trying to bounce above the 15. Still red though. Coming off a pretty deep low here, so just keeping an eye on that. Again, the Qs are up. We got fairly close to the algo line here today as resistance. There's a SPY coming off the VWAP. Also with a Iconici reversal, but still red. Again, I'm in Fortinet. Trying to move up. I'm going to go to regular candles on this. Again, I'm not going to try to grab too much here. I just want to see if I can get 10% profit out of Fortinet. Watching the Qs here for potential setup on the SPY super system, but we've got to get this momentum moved up. Check for any more messages here. Any questions that you got? Nope. So far, everybody just kind of watching the market. It's not really doing much today. This is pretty poor price action. This morning was pretty nice. Nice move up here this morning. Little gap up, and then a nice grind in the Qs until it got just very close to the algo line and then pull back. The algo line on the Qs right now is where is that? Around 531. Around 531. Got pretty close to that this morning, but not quite there. Again, I'm still at Fortinet. Really not moving much at all, the options in Fortinet. Q's coming off a bounce here. We did we did the oscillator's gone to blue. It's just kind of creeped above 20. But nothing. This is pretty. We're right in this dynamic compression zone, fairly neutral type action here. Again, still long Fortinet. Up to almost closing in at 111. Not much follow through in anything right now. This is just choppiness in the market. Not too far off the high of the day, but just chopping around. Fortinet pulled back just a little bit. Q's also pulling back a little bit. There's no follow through at all here. This is just a lot of chop in the market. Really, really choppy. After this nice move up, we just haven't really just traded up and down here inside since about a little bit before 11 o'clock. Long comment on Abbott, ABT. Yeah, nice pullback. You're right. Pullback 2 days ago, right to the 8 exponential moving average. No earnings to worry about. That's a decent setup. Abbott's a nice setup. You're gonna move back here. See this big red candle here last Thursday, but hit the 8, stayed on there, bouncing off of it. Yeah, so this is a nice setup. It's you want to make sure it maintains about half of this red candle. You want to stay above that halfway point, or that red candle, right around there, around 129.70 or so. But that's a nice setup on Abbott. I like it. Kind of a classic PBO or pullback opportunity. Q's pulling back right at the 15. So everybody is seeing a line from 2.5 that got rejected today, and H plus 8 minus. Let me look. 2.5. Yeah, that's too close. If you're trying to do an algo line from here, from the 2.5, this is the 2.5 candle you're talking about right here. All right, so what you're trying to do is run an algo line from here to here, and that's what you're saying is getting rejected. That's two candles next to each other like that. That really is not a very valid algo line. I wouldn't use that for resistance. If this holds there today or moves up, you could probably connect it, but I wouldn't use that as a valid line. Q's pulling down. Fortinet just kind of moving sideways. Everything is, this is really, again, just another pretty crummy day for trying to trade. Very, very poor setups. Not much market to give you much help here. We're just trading inside of Friday's candle on all the indexes. We're trading. SPY is actually inside of Friday's candle. Right, just a doji right in the middle of it. Triple Q's. Green today, but still inside of Friday's candle. And the IWM inside of Friday's candle. SPY is really dead. I mean, look at this candle on the SPY right here. You see that doji right there, inside of right halfway up Friday's candle, just stuck in this range, this bearish engulfing candle that appeared Friday. We just got a little tiny doji on it right now. Q's looking a little better on the IWM. But pretty similar to the SPY. Pretty crummy price action. You can't depend on the market to give you any help at all. Ari looking at ROK, relative strength after earnings. Rockwell Automation, yeah, nice move. They did have earnings. Today, and yeah, big move up in Rockwell. Running into a bunch of resistance right here. Right around 300, a little over 300. Q's pulling back toward the VWAP now. SPY below the VWAP. So we're getting a little weak here now in the market. Ticker's still pretty weak here. Market getting weak enough, I've got to be careful with Fortinet now. Q right to the VWAP. Q coming back over the VWAP now. Still watching Fortinet. It's holding up compared to the Qs, so I'll stick with it for the time being. Q's trying to bounce off the VWAP. Pretty, very sluggish action here. It's about 12.12 right now. So looking at OKTA. Yeah, it's had a couple of weak days, but it is bounced off the 8. It's holding the 8 right now. It's got room to about $100.36. So I'm still in OKTA. I'm still holding it. I'm still in HIMS. Ricky, I'm still in HIMS. Yes. It's pulled back from the high on Friday, gap down, moved down a little bit this morning. Now it's up about 5%, trading at 44.75. So yeah, I like this. I'm looking for it to get above Friday's high, which is 46.01, but I'm still in HIMS. Also still in Fortinet as it pulls back a little bit on me. Q's again right at the VWAP. Had a nice little move up in the Qs this morning. This was a good run right here. Then just flat. And now we're just kind of drifting down. See if the VWAP holds on this. The SPY is below the VWAP. IWM got right up to the pivot point above the VWAP, coming back down again. Very choppy action here. Here's the HIMS chart if you want to see the daily HIMS chart, what we're talking about. HIMS, it's right here. It's an ascending resistance line. This isn't really a very strong resistance line. I probably don't even need to have that on there. But it did get through there Friday, and it's moving back up again through today. Q still hovering around the VWAP. SPY still coming in here. Market getting pretty weak. Q coming down now below the VWAP. I guess he's avoiding that hold up here. And see if we get a bounce in the next time the market bounces, assuming it does. Q's coming back pretty weak here right now in the Q's. Breaking below the VWAP. Jimmy, is the urban below a VWAP E? With urban, I'm looking at, I'm watching the daily chart on urban, and you know it's bounced off the 50-day moving average today almost perfectly. I want to see it get above the 8 and the 15. It stays above the 8 and the 15. I'm going to stay in this thing. VWAP E, Jimmy, I don't use it. I use the AVWAP on the 5-minute. I don't use the daily AVWAP E's, AVWAP Q. I don't use those. Shy looking at First Solar as a short. Yep, trying to break down here. It is breaking a line. This is the line I've got Shy on in First Solar, right there. Kind of sitting right on it. And also team trying to break out of a compression to the upside. Yep, sure is. Team's a nice setup. Nice setup. First Solar also compressing. You can see all this is just compression all in here. Trying to break down right here. It is breaking that algo line at the moment. Trying to get back to my foot net, not doing too much. Just drifting around. Triple Q's. Kind of right at the VWAP. Target short, we've got pretty much unchanged right now. OKTA trying to bounce. Now it's up 12 cents. CRNC trading at 16.40 right now. Ricky, if I were in GRRR swing basis from 2.4, once it confirmed bounce off the 50, when would you consider an exit? GRRR. My TC 2000 is just locked up here. Here it comes. All right, let's look at the chart on this. We're going to consider it from 2.4. Okay, what I consider an exit. Okay, well here's the setup on this thing. It's getting a little extended here, Ricky. See this 22.56? That's the resistance level. If it doesn't get through there, I would exit this thing. I mean, you got a nice profit in this thing right now from the fourth. Here it is, the fourth right here. So that's from 14.52 up to 22 bucks. I wouldn't get greedy here. I mean, you get resistance here, then you get another resistance level up here. Could it break out? Of course it could. It could. But I'm assuming, I don't know if you have options on this thing or not. But this is a nice trade. But you notice that high volume line right there. That's the high volume line right there. It goes through this candle, this candle, this candle, and I don't know if it's getting further back here. Yeah, goes through back over here too, right through the bottom of these candles. So you get a little bit of room after that to the upside. This is a congestion areas right up here on 25.51. But I mean, if you're long from down here, you're just gonna have to watch it really carefully because you don't want it to lose momentum here and start pulling back again. So obviously. I can be considering an exit already. You can put a trailing stop on it if you want to, Ricky. Put a trailing. If you got options, you can just put a trailing stop in. Q's bouncing now right off the VWAP. Again, I'm in FTNT still. It's also trying to bounce here. very choppy. You can just see the color changes, the oscillator just bouncing around. This is not good, not good trading environment today. Another low probability trading environment. Just about flat in FTNT right now. Just a lot of chop. About 12.25 here. A lot of chop. Just terrible price action, terrible. Triple Q's again, right on the VWAP. Q's holding up much better than the SPY is. IWM still got relative strength all of a sudden here to the market with a pivot point just above. And Fortinet just chopping around. Ali, you like KULR? Good call volume, nice wedge. It's under a $5 stock, KULR. Yeah, nice little pop in this thing on KULR, coming down to a decent low. It's been moving up pretty nicely. This stock has been, you know, this was down really low, down around 30 cents. So this is quite a nice move up in KULR. Not extraordinary volume today, 20 million. Average volume is about 38 million. But it is making a nice move if you want to mess around with a $2.30 stock. You know the institutions aren't going to be in these things. So this is KULR right here, daily chart. Again, not something I'm going to touch here for. Got a pretty good move up here today, 17%. So you know, I guess it's all relative. Closest resistance on this thing. About 304. very difficult trading conditions here for the last 6-7 weeks. So we haven't had a lot of opportunity to really do much. Swing trade's been really a struggle. We squeezed out some money in January, but it's very, very difficult in this trading environment. You can try to do some intraday trades. The SPY Super System's been doing okay, but the gains have been very, very small because there's been so much chop. So you have to just bide your time here. Wait for the market conditions to get better before you do too much risk. Put too much risk on. Very choppy here. Let's just red and green mixed in Fortinet. Also in the Qs, red and green mixed. Just bouncing off that VWAP. Just no momentum, no direction to the market at all right now. Again, I hate to say it again, but best day to just kind of sit on your hands for the most part right now. You've got no follow through on very little, very little. Deckers has actually been a pretty nice short, kind of flattening out now. Crocs, which has earnings, was a good short. It bounced up pretty hard, coming back down again. KULR that he was talking about for long. Again, it's not bad long. It's it's a cheap stock, but the chart on it is really pretty nice. And again, I don't think I'd buy options on it. I think I'd just buy stock. But Nice move in KULR. It's a nice look on that one. Again, it's a really cheap stock, but it's a nice look. Not much to see here. KULR moving up. Q's right off the VWAP again. A lot of red and green candle mix though. Momentum is still showing up red. It's buy coming up. Deckers, which has been a decent short, starting to flatten a little bit. First solo with that short, breaking down below the algo line here. HIMs, which were long, up today decently. Terrible price action, just terrible price movement here. Just nothing to trade. I'm going to take a break and get something to eat. It's about 12:38. I'm going to grab something to eat. I'll be back after I get something to eat. I'll bring it back, watch the market. Again, I want to thank all the folks from the YouTube watching it today. See if you have any questions here. GK, never heard of a high volume line. So those resistance lines are lines you drew and manually in the volume. That's correct. That's correct, GK. Do you think CRH could set up for a PBO? Yeah, it could. It's not. I mean, it's, you know, CRH. This thing has been in a pretty big run up here lately. It's a pretty kind of a wild stock here. CRH has lots and lots of gaps. It gaps a lot. See, here's right here. Again, had a beautiful run up, but you see the choppiness, a lot of choppiness, a lot of gaps. There's lots. See lots and lots of gaps. Look at this beautiful run up here, and then whooshed right back down to the 8 and 15. Tried to move up, came back to the 8 and 15 again. Big gap up here last week on Thursday, and then a pullback on Friday and today. So you know, yeah, this could be a PBO, but it's got to come down here, hit this 8 or get down to the 15, and then bounce above both of them and show some green tomorrow. I wouldn't be touching it today for a PBO. You've got no time for a confirmation of the bounce. All right, everybody, I'm going to get some lunch. We'll shut down the YouTube feed. Thanks so much, YouTube folks, for watching today. Again, always interested to have you join the room on the alert service if you like. And again, this is the SPY Super System software, which you can also purchase and have it put on your Thinkorswim platform. You don't need to trade on Thinkorswim to use it there. But here we go with the SPY starting to move up again a little bit. So again, the only thing I'm in right now is Fortinet, which is just chopping around. All right, I'll be back in just a little bit.